You want us to come back and get you? Eat this.
So, what we're trying to do now, we really didn't have any luck over there at the Cabbage Place, so right now I'm just going to go ahead and try and get all these cameras checked, and just going to drive around and see if I see anything in the fields. It's been, I think, about 2 weeks now since the last time that we actually checked the cameras, so I mean there should be something on there. We're going to check all of them all across the property and see what I can find. So apparently there's actually been a buck show up over close to the house. We were out there last night looking with Pop's little night vision monocular that he's got. They'll try and do that sometimes just to see if they see any deer or see what's out in the field. And they brought that out and got to looking around with it, and they could see a deer actually working a scrape, so they knew it was a buck. With that particular scope, it's heat sensitive, so you don't actually see any antlers or anything, but they saw that it was working a scrape over there. But he was moving back over the hill there by the house, so I'm gonna grab this camera here, take it over to that side, and see if I can set it up on that scrape over there. One of the old style cameras there, the old Moultrie. That's back before they started making them small finally. That's one thing I do look for whenever I'm getting a game camera, is I do like for it to be small. A lot of people like the ones that you can look at from your phone, and those are great, but I just really can't afford that many of them, so I'd rather do it this way if I can. I don't know, that's what matters a little bit more to me, is to be able to have as many of them as you can across the property and just cover more ground. So that's what I prefer over the fancier cameras. So this is really interesting. This is in this field over here. This is the one we call the rattlesnake field. It's just a really small field that they made. It's like 100 yards away from the house practically. I mean, their driveway is right back there on the other side of these pine trees. This camera that I was just at, that's it right there. Now, right over here, this is a scrape that appears to be worked pretty recently. And then right here above it, this branch here, this little kudzu vine, and Jeff Sturgis, Whitetail Habitat Solutions, the guy out of Pennsylvania, talks about this. He's got a lot of videos that kind of explain his own version of this, which is, it's like a man-made scrape, mock scrape that he'll do. But they take these vines and they've had deer just, they'll rub their little gland above their eye, you know, they'll stand up and, you know, it's just a licking branch or whatever you want to call it. But I just thought that was really interesting that, you know, he's talked about that in several videos that I've seen, and the way that he actually goes into making the scrapes. And then this here, you've got, you know, an actual natural scrape that's done this way. So I may in fact go ahead and move this camera around just to get a little more idea of what exactly this is, because I don't know which way this deer is coming from, and I would like to know what type of buck this is that's making this scrape. So I'm going to see if I can get this set up and figure out a better position for it. Now here he's made another scrape. Check this out. There's the house. There's the scrape. Looks like two of them. Starting to get that hot sign coming up. So we're getting there, man. The rut is finally starting to creep in. This is a deer. One scrape here, one scrape right there. This is the same exact spot where we had a scrape last year. So, I mean, there's the house. Back over here is the Copperhead field. So I'm wondering if this is the buck that I've been looking for the past couple of years. So if it's him, that's big. Alright, so the camera's out. I'll give it a couple of nights and come back and check it. This deer is something else. I mean, you can see two just gigantic scrapes there, and I mean the whole area, you can just smell the buck scent everywhere. So this is a deer that is in full rut mode, trying to establish his territory. So I think this is going to be a good looking deer. If we can get his picture on camera, that'll be great. Exactly what we're dealing with, and then we can figure out a way to set up on him. the equipment shed. Equipment shed's right there. I mean, they're all over the place right now. So, this is pretty amazing. It's pretty amazing to think that they're here this close. It's looking like just kind of take your pick on where to hunt, really. It's definitely a good sign. It's just going to be a matter of trying to get them to come out at the right time. Check this spot over at the end of the Copperhead field, and I saw a really nice 8-point. And then you've got, if you look up here, that is exactly where that buck is going, and he is the only buck that has shown up during daylight. So that's definitely a good sign. That's the first one that we've seen actually show up in daylight. So and this is actually one of the areas that I talked about hunting earlier, because it's one area here in these pines where we never hunt. It kind of goes between some of the fields, and so I was going to try and check this out. I was going to try and do it today, but it just didn't work out. But this is definitely an area I would like to hunt if I can, and may even come right up here to the crossroads. It seems like it would be easy enough just to hunt right up in here. Definitely a lot of good sign. Like I was saying, if you go out and put out as many cameras as you can, yeah, they're probably not going to come out during the daytime, but then at least you know what it is that you're hunting. Because up until I did this, I really didn't think that there was that much even out here right now, because we just haven't had the deer population that we've had before. But there's definitely a great big group of bucks that are coming through here. I would imagine here this January is going to be pretty action packed. So as soon as we get the next cold snap, that's going to be a great time to come out here.
hombre muy honrado que me gusta lo mejor. A mujeres no me falta ni el dinero ni el amor. Jineteando en mi caballo por la sierra yo me voy. Las estrellas y la luna ellas me dicen dónde voy.